Inline comments give line-by-line descriptions of what a segment of code does. So let's look at this example. We've said before that in Python, comments are marked by a pound sign or a hash mark. Python knows to ignore anything occurring between a pound sign and the end of a line. It just pretends like it isn't even there. When Python runs line 1 of this code, it basically sees it as a blank line. It doesn't see the comment. So what's the goal of the comment? The goal of the comment is to explain to other programmers or our own future selves how a particular segment of the code works. So here, the comment creates the variable I, describes the next line, which just says I equals 1. Note though, the comments don't have to appear on their own lines. We see here that after our code, we then have a pound sign followed by a comment. The same thing happens here though. Python ignores anything between the pound sign and the end of the line. So when the computer runs this code, it doesn't see any of this text. Instead, it's again just there to explain to somebody else or our own future selves how that code works. Python does have a couple conventions we usually follow. Typically, unless the comment is very short, we don't put comments in line with code. We usually try to put them on their own lines. We also indent our comments to the same level as the code that they describe. We'll talk about indentation more later. Throughout our material, we'll try to demonstrate good commenting practices by putting comments within most of the code segments that we show you. We've grayed them out in this kind of faded gray color because they're supposed to fade to the background a bit. Generally, we're going to focus on what the actual code does. The comments are just there if you need a little bit more explanation right there in the context of the code. More importantly, they're there to demonstrate how you should write your own programs. You should make sure to comment them sufficiently so someone else can understand what you wrote. Now granted, you don't have to take it as far as we've taken it here. Here, each of our comments basically just restate what the line of code does. As you go further in our material, the fact that if I is greater than 1 means that it checks if I is greater than 1 will become more self-evident. The comments you write should explain more the internal reasoning of the code, what it's really trying to do and how it's going about it, not just describing what the individual lines do. We'll provide comments at this level though because we are just learning what these lines do.